Happy Halloween! This past weekend was full of parties and dressing up, so with that in mind, here's our list of the top 10 best and worst celebrity Halloween costumes of 2023. What are you dressing up as for Halloween this year? Let me know in the comments below and let's get straight into the list. Number 10. Paris Hilton. With Britney Spears' memoir just being released, her friend Paris decided it was a really good time to dress up for her as Halloween. Paris recreated Britney's iconic blue flight attendant look from the 2003 music video for Toxic. She posted video of the costume on her Instagram, and in the caption she wrote, "In honor of our queen." She also added the hashtag icons only. The appreciation between the two women is very clearly mutual, because in Britney's memoir she actually wrote that one of the people who was the kindest to her when she really needed kindness was Paris Hilton. Quote, "So much of America dismissed her as a party girl, but I found her elegant." And Paris has always been in Britney's corner, especially when she was fighting to free herself from that horrible conservatorship. At the time, Paris was quoted saying, "I didn't think anyone was expecting this, but it's just amazing to hear, to know that Britney is one step closer to having her freedom, which she deserves so much." Now, with Paris dressed as a flight attendant, her husband Carter Reum joined in on the fun by dressing up like a pilot from the video for the party. Fans and her friends raved over the costume choice, including Tiffany Haddish, who commented, "She ready." Another person wrote, "Queen supporting another queen is what a real queen does." Another person wrote, "You're amazing and I love how much you love Britney Spears. Epic." Number 9. Kourtney Kardashian. This year, for one of her looks, Kourtney went as her sister Kim. But it wasn't just any look, she copied her pregnant look from Kim's 2013 first ever Met Gala. Kourtney, who was expecting her first child with her husband Travis Barker, recreated Kim's entire look from start to finish. She was sporting the same long, sleek ponytail, moody lipstick, and matching heels that her younger sister wore 10 years ago. This look had many negative memories for Kim, who was invited to Anna Wintour's annual event as Kanye West +1, while she was pregnant with their first child and they were still going out. Kim later revealed that she had cried on the drive home from the party after she saw some of the cruel comments and memes making fun of her gown, and people were awful. Looking back on that traumatic night, she said, "I was very pregnant, very puffy and bloated, and I was like, oh god, of course the first time I go, I'm going to be huge." Kanye was performing, so she actually wasn't invited, she was just his +1. And she said that was okay with her because she never really dreamed that she would be at the Met Ball. Quote, "I know no one really wanted me there at the time." So that is a pretty sad admission. So the question this time around is, did Kourtney do this as a dig to Kim to add fuel to the fire as they have an ongoing feud? Or was she just paying homage? Whatever the case may be, the dress still looks kind of ugly. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what Kim really thought about this costume. Number 8. Florence Pugh. Few celebrities can rock a pixie cut like Florence Pugh, and she used the super short haircut to her advantage when selecting a Halloween costume for this year. So on Sunday, a photo of her started circulating on social media. She was channeling the essence of none other than the charismatic Food Network star Guy Fieri by wearing a fake goatee, spiking her hair, and wearing his signature sunglasses. Before going all out and dressing up as him, she acknowledged the uncanny resemblance between her and the bleached blonde food star. On Instagram, Florence wrote, "Sometimes when I get out of the shower, I look like Guy Fieri and I love it." In another segment, she wrote, "Just saying, could be the new mayor of Flavortown, or should I say Flovertown." Florence publicly debuted her much shorter hairstyle in October of 2021 after she decided to cut it on camera for the film A Good Person, which, as we know, was written, directed, and co-produced by her ex-boyfriend Zach Braff. So it seems like she used her haircut to her advantage and had a lot of fun with her look. But let's be honest, I think she could have done a lot better. Number 7. Keke Palmer. Keke is definitely having a lot of fun on her first Halloween with her son. So on Friday, she shared photos of herself spending the spooky holiday with her son Leo, who recently turned 8 months old. And to celebrate her son's first Halloween, she dressed him up as scientist Henry Frankenstein, while she went as the Bride of Frankenstein from the 1935 sci-fi horror film Bride of Frankenstein. And in the caption of the photo, she wrote, "He gave me life," referencing their character roles in the classic monster movie, as a scientist creating a mate for the monster. Back in March, she called being mom her greatest gig of all. Keke gave birth to her son in February of 2023, alongside her fitness instructor boyfriend Darius Jackson, although there has been some trouble in Paradise recently. In early July, Darius drew backlash when he publicly criticized Keke's attire on social media. This was on a post of her dancing with Usher, who at the time was serenading her during his Las Vegas residency. On Twitter, Darius wrote, "It's the outfit though, you a mom." So he was obviously a little jealous and bitter, to say the least. So the question is, did Keke do this costume as a dig at Darius? Well, I don't really know, but the costume looked great, and having her son to be a part of it was so cute. Number 6. Leonardo DiCaprio. DiCaprio. Leo did as he always does for Halloween, hitting up every single party and putting in the least amount of effort on his costume. Every single year he shows up in a hoodie and jeans and throws on a mask. For the Casamigos party, it was a duck mask. There was zero effort there, and let me just say the mask made his head look super small for some reason. He went with Tobey Maguire, who was also wearing a hoodie and jeans, but this time he was wearing a hockey mask. Now that wasn't the only issue that fans had with Leo over the weekend. You see, he was spotted with his new girlfriend Victoria Soretti outside, and it seemed like he was outside getting some fresh air from the party when she came and joined him. Victoria was then photographed reaching around behind him and sticking her hands down his lower back side, reaching into it underneath his underwear and feeling his bare butt. Once they realized that they were being watched and having photos taken of them, they went back inside. Fans who saw these pictures could not decide what they were more disgusted about, Victoria's age or what she was doing to Leo. Number 5. Adele. Adele is currently doing a residency in Las Vegas, and she followed a Halloween theme on Saturday as she dressed up as Morticia Addams. And let me just say, she looked amazing. She had Halloween visuals on stage as she was performing, and she posted a bunch of photos of her on stage to Instagram with the caption Weekend 33. On the day of the show, it was revealed to the world that actor Matthew Perry has sadly passed away, and Adele also used that opportunity to pay tribute to him on stage that night. She called Perry's character Chandler Bing probably the best comedic character of all time, and went on saying, "It's always so shocking, especially someone that made you laugh and brought so much joy to your life that you don't know. This is what I find so strange. I never met him in my life. There is something you feel so sad about, especially when you don't necessarily know what's going on." Adele then dedicated her song When We Were Young to Perry. Number 4. Megan Fox. Megan and Machine Gun Kelly are known for their controversial Halloween costumes, so it's no shock that it happened once again this year. The two of them dressed up as Beatrix Kiddo and Yogo Yubari from Kill Bill. As we know, this year's Halloween comes at a time when the SAG-AFTRA strike and the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers continue negotiations to end over the 100-day actors strike that has been going on since July. Ahead of Halloween weekend, the Performers Union released a strict costume rule to abide by that stated that striking actors were not actually allowed to dress up as characters from struck content or post photos on social media. So instead, the guild told members to choose costumes that were inspired by generalized characters and figures, like a ghost, a zombie, or a spider. They also said, "Let's use our collective power to send a loud and clear message to our struck employers that we will not promote their content without a fair contract." But on Sunday, Megan posted a carousel of photos from the party, and she tagged SAG-AFTRA in the caption, seemingly calling out the union for its Halloween guidelines, which of course outraged a lot of people. Fellow actor Lisa Ann Walter, who is a member of that negotiation committee, subsequently took to Twitter to sarcastically write, "What a rebel. Keep postering for stupid stuff, pretty lady. Meanwhile, we'll be working 10 hours a day unpaid to get basic contract owners a fair deal." Wow. Number 3, Camila Mendes, Madelaine, Petsch, and Lili Reinhart. The Riverdale trio Camila, Madelaine, and Lili have worn coordinated Halloween costumes since the show brought them together, and this year they had another iconic look. So in previous years, they've gone as the Hocus Pocus witches and the characters from the Powerpuff Girls, but this year, the blonde, brunette, and the redhead each went as Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn. Posting their costumes, fans were excited that they continued their tradition of dressing up together. Someone wrote, "I love that you guys still do a throuple costume each year." And that comment actually came from their Riverdale co-star Sarah Desjardins. While another fan wrote, "Y'all better keep this trio costume tradition forever." So it really was truly iconic, and I hope that they can keep it up for many, many years. Number 2, Justin Bieber. Justin is known for the weird outfits that he's often seen in, so why not bring that concept to Halloween? When Justin rolled up to the annual Casamigos Halloween party this weekend, it came as not too huge of a surprise that he was wearing something a little strange. He wore purple boxers, a purple and orange blouse that was fully open, and a complete snorkel setup on his head with flippers. So what was he supposed to be? Someone on vacation? Or did he just choose something random from his closet? No one really knows, but those flippers do look absolutely uncomfortable. The very next day he went to another party and he did a couple costume with his wife Hailey, and I can't really tell if that was any better. The two of them wore costumes inspired by Pebbles Flintstone and Bam Bam Rubble. He went shirtless and sported a furry animal print fabric wrapped around his waist, which even featured a furry bone. Justin also added a backwards yellow cap with black shapes printed on. Hailey, meanwhile, wore a red bobbed wig, a patent cropped green pebbles-inspired sleeveless top that featured black shapes, teamed with a blue and coral pattern skirt that featured a bone detail and had a torn effect hemline. The costumes just looked cheap and weird, so they could have done so much better on their budget. And coming in at number 1, Kim Kardashian and North West. Kim and North were channeling Clueless for Halloween and it looked incredible. So Kim shared photos of her sporting the blonde locks, the yellow plaid skirt and the blazer, along with the knee-high white socks worn by Alicia Silverstone's character Cher in the iconic 1995 movie. Meanwhile, North West, who's only 10, donned the black plaid skirt and blazer, the signature floral hat and the knee-high black socks worn by Stacey Dash as her sidekick Dion. North also wore her hair in braids like Dion and carried a small black leather handbag. The mom and daughter duo also took their looks to the next level by posing in front of a white Jeep, just like the one that was driven by Cher in the movie, with Kim pouting at the wheel and North pulling a shocked face. Kim simply captioned the carousel of images with just the word clueless. The reality TV star also tagged Dolce & Gabbana in the first photo from the post, suggesting that her and North's outfits were recreated by the Italian fashion house. Now this is a really adorable mother-daughter Halloween costume and they looked absolutely amazing. Well, that is our list for the top 10 best and worst celebrity Halloween costumes of 2023. What do you think of the costumes? Please let me know in the comments below and I'll catch you guys in the next video.